In this video, we're going to show you the camera equipment that we use today to make all of our YouTube videos and take a little travel back in time and show you exactly what we started with. But to do that, I need to use a webcam because I can't show you the camera we're using that I'm talking into right now. So let's switch over to the webcam. This is the setup we use for all of our videos. We just have a stool in front of our kitchen island with the Canon 70D. And what we do is we open up all of our windows here in the living room, and generally that's enough light for us to see our faces clearly. Occasionally we'll throw a small LED on top of this camera, but most of the time this is what you're looking at. And here is my desk where we do all the editing. This is a 2014 MacBook Pro. This is a blue Snowball microphone. I've got some old Sony headphones, and that's about all you need. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Canon 70D and why we chose it as our main camera that we use now and what we upgraded from. The reason why we chose the 70D is because it has a very powerful autofocus system. It's called dual pixel autofocusing. What we also like about it is it has a flip out touchscreen. When we turn the camera on, we can see ourselves and we can change any settings while we're sitting at our stool in the kitchen. The microphone we use is the Rode Video Mic Pro, and we've also purchased what's called a dead cat, and this slips over the top of the microphone to eliminate wind noise. The lens we use is the lens that came with the camera, and the reason we do that is because the image quality that we're getting out of it is just fine. In fact, we took this to Norway and I did some photography, and we're just really happy with it. We always run our camera on manual mode, and we generally will keep the aperture at 3.5, as wide as it will go. Our shutter speed is 50, and then we control our ISO to adjust the brightness of the room. We'll go as high as 500. We try not go higher than that. If we're in a low light situation, we might boost the ISO to 800, but after that it starts to get really grainy. Once we've recorded a video, we pop out the SD card. Did you guys see that? I just flew across the table. We pop out the SD card, plug it into our computer. Lauren gets started on the rough cut while I go on her computer and start making the thumbnail. If you're just getting started, you certainly do not need a $1,200 camera, and that's not what we started out with. But we did want to start with a DSLR and a Video Mic Pro. Our first camera was the Canon Rebel T2i, which in terms of image quality, you're not going to notice much of a difference between the Canon 70D and the T2i. What separated it was that it did not have the autofocus system, and it did not have a flip-out screen, so we couldn't see ourselves when we were filming. But if you're just getting started, those are extra features that are honestly not worth $800 extra. You can pick up these cameras so cheap now used. This is what I usually recommend for new YouTubers. Once we're done filming a video, let's move on to the next step, which is editing and then posting our video.